Hey guys, Malcolm here with Survival Know-How. This video is part of a 5-part series I'm doing with Survivopedia.com where I'm demonstrating 5 survival hacks that could save your life. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a very effective shelter using a tarp and some 550 cord. Stay tuned. So the benefit of a tarp shelter is, one, affordability. Right? You can buy a tarp for about $10, maybe $20. If you're trying to build a bug out bag on a budget, it's a great way to go. Another benefit is accessibility. Right? Many of us already have tarps like this in our garages, and it's not a bad idea to leave one in your car just for emergency situations, as a tarp like this actually has many different purposes in a survival situation. So the first step in building your shelter is picking your site. There's a few criteria that you want to keep in mind when picking your site. Number one, you want to be on a flat ground and you want to be raised up, right? You don't want to build your shelter on the side of a hill or at the bottom of a hill, because if it does rain that night, all that water on the hill is going to come down and just wash your camp out altogether. Another thing to keep in mind is watch out for widow makers, right? So widow makers are dead branches that are just hanging in a tree. Maybe they've died and they've fallen off and they got stuck in the other branches, and they're just waiting for a gust of wind to come to knock them down completely. So another thing to consider is putting your camp near bushes and shrubs, right? I'm kind of in the open here just for demonstration purposes, but it could be beneficial to put your camp next to some bushes and shrubs as they provide protection from the wind. And if you're ever in a bug out situation, they'll also provide you with some level of concealment. So let's get started building our shelter. The first thing you want to do is, after you pick out your location, is clear the area of any debris, any rocks or sticks, anything that you really don't want to be sleeping on. Now that you've done that, now we can set up our ridge line. When setting up the ridge line, it's beneficial to actually sit on the ground to see where your head's going to end up at when you're actually building the shelter. And one mistake that a lot of people make is that they put it too high and they create too much space inside the shelter. This is, one, wasting your material of your tarp, and two, is creating more space that you have to heat up using a fire or your own body heat. So my head is right around here when I sit down, so I'm going to put my ridge line right around here. All right, so now that we have our ridge line set up, we can go ahead and lay out our tarp. So now that we have a pretty rough idea of what our shelter is going to look like, now we want to insulate the bottom layer of the shelter. So I have plenty of leaves around me, so I'm going to be using that, but you could also use grass, you could use boughs off of spruce trees, even newspaper, whatever you can find. Just shove it underneath the bottom layer of the tarp to give you some kind of insulated barrier between you and the surface, the ground. And also, it's going to make it a heck of a lot more comfortable. So the more insulation you put underneath the tarp, the more comfortable you're going to be, as well as warmer. So now that we have our tarp set up, before we go any further, we need to make some stakes, right? These don't have to be anything fancy, just some broken sticks will work. If you have a knife, you can even sharpen one end of it, try to leave the other end blunt, and we'll use these to peg down at least 4 corners of the tarp. If you have more stakes, more time, you can peg down more than that. Alright guys, so this is the finished product. It's nothing fancy, but this will definitely keep you dry and keep you warm in a survival situation. Now if you want to turn this into more of a permanent camp, there's a few modifications you can use. You can kind of rig up this roof line here to have a dip in one spot and that'll allow you to catch rain off this top roof and funnel it all into a water bottle there. You could build up walls on either end, or maybe even out here using sticks. And you know, you can always add more insulation underneath your bottom layer to keep you more insulated and more comfortable. If you guys enjoyed this video, check out the other 4 videos in this 5-part series. I'm doing a Survivalopedia where I'm demonstrating 5 survival hacks that could save your life.